the appetite is there, and it's been growing over the years. And that crosses all administrations, and the idea of the ability to fly unmanned. There are some huge advantages. When you actually take a vehicle and you take the life support systems out of it, and you take crew rest and other things like that out of the equation, it's pretty amazing. Now, there are some ways we did unmanned in the past where it wasn't really unmanned. It just happened to be there was no person in the vehicle, but we had 20 or 30 people watching one vehicle from the ground. There's new ways to automate that and do that better. And I think we're heading towards that with certainly the CCA conversation. I think there's some other opportunities with unmanned too. I mean, we all want to talk about the kill chain and talk about what the collaborative combat aircraft, the CCA, in concert with manned platforms, manned-unmanned teaming, things we could do in the high-end fight to close kill chains. But there's also lower-end stuff that I can see, and certainly in logistics and how we move things around. I mean, one of the hardest problems we have to solve in the South China Sea, that in 11th Air Force, I had most of the small locations around the Pacific, Wake Island and Shinya Island and all the surrounding islands around Guam and the CNMI. One of the hardest things you do is move things, probably specifically fuel and munitions. And many times when you move them, you're like, I don't need that to be a manned platform to move fuel and munitions from point A to point B, whether it's on the surface, subsurface, or in the air. And so I think there's a lot of opportunity. The UAS, obviously, we had talked about the offensive. You hear a lot of that in the press right now about what's going on in Ukraine. And certainly there's something to be told there. But also the defensive side, the counter small UAS, that is a huge problem in the Pacific, just like it is anywhere else in the world right now. And so I think there's a lot of opportunity for companies in that space, especially in some of these locations that are real far away from everything. There's still a persistent UAS problem in some of these places. So I think there's a lot of opportunity.